Hey, what y'all know about that? That's a classic. That is a classic right there. Listening audience, y'all gotta kick it.
Yes, I had
If
the
you're not
45.
kicking it, if you're not kicking it, you need to kick it.
I had the 45. So yeah, that was
If you're not kicking it, if you're not kicking it, you need to kick it. When you have the 45, which we all had, not of that song per se, but that was our means of music. 45, which we all had, not so when you have your only means of music being a 45, what you gonna do? That's what we did.
exactly.
That is what we did. So, with that being said, what was your favorite songs? What was your favorite 45?
Oh. George Clinton only came in 12 inches because they played all day long. So my 45, the first album or thing I bought was Whistle. Do We Have a Chance for Our Love?
Was that 45?
No, that was that.
No, 45s. So what was yours, Nick?
Pebbles, Mercedes Boy.
Okay. I had Perfect Combination, Johnny Gill and Stacey Lattisaw.
Yes, right there, right there.
So for those people who don't know what a 45 is,
so sad.
That we're just talking about that was the album. A little bigger than the CDs. It was a little larger than that, but it looked just like the vinyl that Nate the Agitator's talking about. What was your first vinyl, Nate?
Sugarfoot.
Okay.
Sugarfoot, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Nick?
I can't remember. It Off the Wall.
Off the Wall? Okay.
That was my first 8-track. I got a whooping for that one.
Michael Jackson, Off the Wall?
Man, I got a whooping for that. My mom bought it for my birthday, and it had my name on it. It came in the mail, and I opened it up.
Oh, because you opened it and you wasn't supposed
to. This day, I don't open nobody's mail. I don't care what it is.
So that whooping worked.
Woo! Flashbacks. Ooh.
Mama,
can you whoop him again? He need it.
So tell me, what you were saying, Nick, what would you said yours was Michael Jackson Off the Wall 12 inch?
Yes.
Mine that I actually was hyped about was Purple Rain.
I had that too. Bam!
That Purple Rain was my first.
Really?
So I was like, this is it. This is mine. And my favorite song, only because I had a babysitter who played this song. And this is how I knew all the words to Darling Nikki.
Well, I knew you was going to say that.
I was so young singing the words. And then hindsight is 2020, but it was about 30 years ago when I realized, like, I was just really singing that song. And we sang a lot of songs that we probably should not have been singing in the presence of adults.
But
Erotic City was one of them.
They were confident in knowing that we didn't know what we were talking about. We were just singing the song. Now, the kids today now is just blatant, straight to the point, say exactly, what they say. So it's a difference. It's a difference.
What you think, Nick? Did you know what you were saying back then?
No, I really didn't. I mean, a little bit, but I was an advanced child. A little bit, but not to the extent. Not that advanced. Don't do that. Mm-hmm. Just a little bit, but not to the extent. But yeah, I got teased in school because apparently everybody else knew what it was, because that's all I used to hear walking down the halls in school. You're like,
so you knew what Donna Summer, that love to love you, baby, and all that stuff. You know what that meant? I
didn't either.
Me neither. No.
Look, until you just brought it up, I wasn't even thinking about that. All I knew is that she worked hard for her money.
Listen, I'm going to tell y'all this.
And they never treat her right.
Listen, now you know how back in the day when we were younger, used to have the drive, they don't have drive-in theaters too much anymore, but you remember after the main theater, after dark, they used to play the X-rated stuff. Now, when your parents take you and your children, because they don't have no babysitter, they make the kids go to sleep. Well, my parents always thought I was sleeping. I would be peeking in between the seats. So when I say I was advanced a couple times. My mom, they would turn around and my mom caught me and popped that on me. And she was like, it's time to go. Well, that's what y'all get for trying to watch porn with your kids in the car.
That is, I should call them in. I don't know the statute. But to think about it, my dad used to take us to the drive-in and had a van. He had a whole van with a bed in the back. And I bet you he was hoping we would go to sleep. That might be, he gave us the NyQuil Slurpees and stuff like so
now I'm about to turn yours in.
Not my mama. Not my mama.
Yeah, but people took their kids to the drive-in back then, even when it was a child's movie. After that child's movie was over with, the second and third feature was them X-rated and the XX-rated. And if the parents chose to stay, them kids, best believe the kids would sleep. But mine, I was thought I would sleep.
I was today years old when I realized my dad was slick. Here, just have some of this hot toddy. Give me some hot pizzas and stuff. And I'm sitting there trying to watch a movie. Yeah.
Then he coming after that.
Then he called himself rocking me to sleep. Yeah, okay, because the van shifted.
That's because they knew what was coming on after that. So that's why I said with them songs, a lot of them songs, I knew a little bit about what was going on.
Well, I was sleeping.
I didn't. So
me either.
Enough of that.
Good people.
How are we doing, lovely people? How are we doing, Nick?
Funny you should ask. I'm going to do a review real quick, y'all. So I've been ordering, little knickknacks here and there from my apartment. I'm just going to put it out there, Temu, because y'all count y'all days. And one of the things I ordered, and yes, I do check for those who ask, why didn't you check the reviews and the specs? I do check all that. Just so happened to audit all the reviews of this little particular item. Only one of them was a bad review, and that just happened to be the right one. Who knew? But anyway, I ordered a shoe rack because I got a bunch of shoes. And when it came in and I got the package, I'm looking at the package like, wait a minute, what's this? I put this little cheaply made thing together, and I don't know if y'all see this. It's got 4 little racks. It's
this audience can't, so go ahead, because we got to hurry up.
I put some shoes on it last night. I woke up in the middle of the night, all my shoes was laying on the floor. Along with that, heavy shoes, like that thing is made for knickknacks. I looked at that like I was highly upset and I had an attitude the rest of the day because I got shoes that I need to put on the rack. So now I'm going to have to spend some money and buy a reputable big shoe rack.
So tell me this. What is it? What I ordered versus what I got?
Exactly. It was a what I ordered versus what I got. Because what they have in the picture is a big old, shoe rack with 4 little tiers and.
But you didn't get what you ordered. On that note, let's start the show.
Everything that happens is motivation. Everything that happens is motivation.
All right. Now, we have all been in that place of ordering something and expecting it to be one way when it's not that way, and it ends up being another way. I've ordered so much stuff off of Amazon since they have, after COVID, everything was like mail in and all that good stuff. Mm-hmm. So you didn't know what you were actually getting until you got it. And me being a tall person, my issue is the clothes are whack. They're straight up D and K. If you don't know, find out. Ask somebody what is D and K. It had different cotton, very interesting. My grandmother, rest her soul, I remember one year she bought us all computers. So this is not just a new thing, Nick. She brought us all computers. She was excited. She was able to afford to buy us all computers. 23 first cousins I have. So, and we're all like the same. 1991, it was about what, 7 of us that graduated in 91. Everybody graduated on time too. She get these computers. Well, what happened is they came in the mail and they all were the size of a calculator. So of course she was upset. And she was on a fixed income. My cousins that are listening, I'm about to tell y'all, let me tell you, she bought packs of underclothes for us. I'll never forget. She bought packs of underclothes and she split them for the girls. So we had like the training bras back then. I had the Orphan Annie training bra. And the like other cousins, either they got the bottoms or the tops. All the boys, she will buy a pack of Fruit of the Loom and everybody got one pair. Then when it really got good one year, everybody got $5. We were we talking back then.
Yeah. If you were in a training bra, it had to be a while ago.
It was a long time ago. So when you look back and you were like, man, she really tried her best to make it happen as a grandmother. I thought that was cool. And I never forget my cousin Leotis Clark. Shout out to Leotis Clark. Some of them didn't get bras. And I remember him saying, you don't need no bra. What you wearing? 2 walnut shells and a rubber band. That is still in my head. So
it should be. It should be. Look at you now, though. Look at me now.
But it was so funny and bittersweet. And then looking at how much grandparents and parents, if you have a lot of children, multiple children, go through to make it happen. And you have those now who are not appreciative of the efforts. Go ahead, Nick. What you got?
Speaking of cousins, and since we're on the bra part, one of my cousins used to call them over-the-shoulder boulder holders. Then I had, can't remember if it was a brother or a cousin of mine, one of my bras running around the house, but it's a big front coming through yet.
Oh, really? See, but were you little? Because we were like in 1st and 2nd grade. That's where I'm at.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like I started it. By the time I got 12, I surpassed almost a grown woman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, Nate the Agitator. Do you remember any moments or a sacrifice that actually made a difference?
Only one that made a difference to me was my great grandfather sent me. I don't want to start crying. He sent me $5 when I graduated high school. It was my great grandfather. I'm one of your 23 looks garbage to his great grandkids, but he thought enough of me to send me $5. To this day, tears me up. Tears me. He couldn't even sign his name, just the X. That's all he knew. But he sent me $5.
I'll give you a moment. That's deep though. Think about it. The efforts.
Right.
The efforts that they went through to let you know this is what I got. It may be all that I have, but I'm gonna make sure that I get you something.
Right.
That means
my grandfather, my mother's father, was planning on getting me a car my senior year, but he died at the beginning of my senior year. He died that November, and I graduated in June. And that's when they told me that's what he was supposed to be. That was my graduation gift going to be from him. But and like
that's big. Y'all was rich over there.
But see, I was the only one that was getting the car. That's the thing, because at the time he had 1, 2, 3, 5 grandkids. The other ones was babies. 4 of us were bigger. but I was the second one to graduate, oldest granddaughter, and the second one to graduate high school. And then I had a cousin that was graduating behind me, but I was the only one that was going to get a car.
No,
So,
no, no. You're missing the whole point.
I think she just tried to up my story. That's what that was.
That's what that was.
That's what that was.
Talk about $5.
Yeah, she got a whole car.
Wait, and I'm talking about splitting up undergarments in the past. And she like, I was gonna get a car when I graduated. That's big too. I mean, for somebody, listen, that's big today. What do you mean?
Right, exactly. Your parents, your grandparents getting their kids cars and stuff today, and then some of these kids got the nerve to be picky.
Well, besides that, let's rewind. A car back then, when you look back at things where you see the efforts, you know what I mean? You see the fruits of their labor, that this is what I want to do. Like I was saying, the $5, when we got that was major. That was major for 23. And this is my grandmother, 23 first cousins. I don't even think I got anything from my great grandmother, but not that I was looking for it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I think she had 17 children. I think it was 17 or
my
21 then. And then you have, look, and we talk about somebody got 4 children, you'd be like, oh my gosh, she got all
them 4 kids?
But back in the day they had, because my dad's mom had 12. Her mother had 17 of them. So yeah.
But look at the difference.
Cousins.
Look at the difference though. They were at home.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my job.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I mean? Versus being outside and having to work.
Roles. There was defined roles. I mean, my grandmother, how we're connected, it was 1 of 13, Mel. That's how me and you got in the mix. They were 1 of 13. So I'm like, man.
You look at it and be like, how did y'all make it?
Right.
But think about it. We never knew we were we never thought we were poor.
Nope.
Never. May not have been poor, but we didn't even look at it. We just had fun, this, that, and other, wanted to hang out with friends, to have fun. So, I mean, they could have been struggling, but they made it happen.
Now watch this.
Right.
How did we find out that we didn't? I've never not had. I could see what my relatives never not had, but thought they had, because they measure themselves by the person who has the most in their environment, which causes an issue.
Right. I definitely didn't know that I was so sheltered and had it the way I was until I was in high school. You know what I mean? I didn't know what food stamps were or anything like that. I was incredibly blessed family, but I didn't know I didn't consider myself rich. A lot of friends thought I was rich because of my parents, 2-parent household and stuff like that. But I didn't know, anything. I was naive to a lot of stuff because of the what I call it, the diet that I was fed. It was normal for me to go down grandma and grandpa's house, over my grandmother and grandfather's house, over my uncles and aunts. And for Christmas, everybody bought me something. Mm-hmm. So it was my norm. So I didn't realize that it was my regular life. I mean, making my way downtown, moving fast.
Y'all remember me telling you that one Christmas, my mom, because my dad got laid off, my mother was a nurse. She was trying to juggle everything because my dad was laid off. And like she told us, we weren't going to get a Christmas that year. But between my aunts and my grandparents, they made it happen. And the people at my mother's job, they loved my mom that much that they made sure we had food, gift cards. Back then it wasn't really gift cards, gift certificates and stuff like that. So we still, even though my mom was struggling at that particular time, we still we end up on food stamps at that particular time, but we still didn't know anything about a struggle and was still more fortunate than some of the other people that I went to school with. But we didn't know nothing about the struggle.
Isn't it sad that we don't live in a world like that today?
Yes.
Neighborhood.
It was truly
community.
It takes a village.
Community,
village, neighborhood, community, and village. That was the norm. Now it's look at Mel. What? She ain't got no heat on over there.
Well, then why don't you take her some heaters or
No,
take
let's
her
talk.
something?
No, Nick. We have to talk about her behind her back and spread rumors. That's how
How
it's
about
done.
everybody doing these GoFundMe's? Let's do a GoFundMe for her, take up a collection and get her heat turned
But
back on.
watch this.
But people don't do that no
No,
more.
That is not the end.
no. Let's
That's
talk
not.
about her and drag her name through the mud. She thinks she cute just because she got that Hawaiian silky in. She ain't got no heat, girl. That's all I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's sad. It's sad. Now, when I cut you off and said no to the GoFundMe, is because the GoFundMe to some people is equivalent to the food stamps back in the early 80s. Think about it. You got to really think back. Now, you do have those that don't mind you spending your money on them. Thank you so much. Give me, give me, give me. You're going to take care of me. And that's where it's like, wait,
It's
what
addictive.
what happened to shame? What happened to no, I don't want you working hard to make sure that I do, but I refuse to work hard to make sure that I get. Or that's what I meant. You working hard to make sure that I get, but and I don't mind you working hard to make sure that I get what I need or want, but I won't do it for myself. So
Yeah.
I'll put it out there and say, hey, give me, give me, give me. Where there are people that are still here that are older that says, I am not doing a GoFundMe. Hey, you better get life insurance. Hey, you better pay your bills. Hey, what you don't do is put our name out there because name was what was important back then. Don't be having us out there like that. Come to
Amen.
us.
Amen. Amen. And it's funny. And as an adult, I have problems with like people trying to give me money. If I ask to borrow it, from fellas, but a girl, I have to like care about you to take money from you because that I sit and do without. I'm just like, eh. But I mean that's about that whole thing you said about your name and being a man and stuff like that. It's difficult. I'm in a different situation, but it takes some focus. But I still, at the core, I understand what you're saying about a word and your family name. That's the most important thing I have on me.
Honestly, let's be realistic. Take it all away. All you have is your name.
That's it. That's how I was raised. My mom's dad was big on that. Boy, don't mess my. If you ever see me, my biker name is legit. It's not a name; it's a lifestyle. If I say it, I have to do it. That's why 2 words I don't mess with: L, love, and promise. Those are 2 words I don't mess with because if I promise you something, I have to do it. It's in me. I have to do it. So I don't promise nothing unless I know. And the word love, because you don't mess with that word either. Those are 2 words I would not mess with.
Before we get into the word, let's talk about that L word. Let's talk about what the show is about. It is about keeping your word.
Hmm.
Keeping your word. Now, I was brought up on your name is all you have,
That's it.
and your word is important. It can make or break you.
Yep.
So, Nate, when you talk about the promises, you don't make promises?
Unless, I mean, if I promise something, it has to be. It's more of a thing on me because I done gave you my word and I promised you something. Because if I don't come through and you say it to one person, my personal credit score, now my BDR, my person, who I am, how I'm looked at, is changed. I got guys right now that I owe some money to, and they let me know because I say, "Hey, man, I got you," and that means the world to me. The world to me. I mean, it ain't nothing large. I can pay off all my debts in a half of a paycheck, but just to be able to say, "Hey, man, I got you," and that's good for them, man. That's the world to me, and it's important to me, and I'll protect that. I might not have paid a couple bills I got to a couple companies, but my street cred is something that I'm proud of and I protect.
That's extremely important because your word can make or break, fracture whatever term you choose, a relationship forever.
Yep.
Forever. Because if you say you promise a child something, and that child is waiting on that and anticipating, and you don't come through, trust and believe it's in the safe.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're looking at you as people are, oh, they're a liar. Let's be realistic. Now they say a liar, and that could be considered the worst word that you could call an adult, because it's usually those who you trust so much and you put 100% into. But once you sit there and you lie to somebody and you say, okay, here we go with another lie. When the guy come up as a child, I have been through that where I was waiting. And as a child, you tell everybody, you tell all your friends, you tell everybody what's happening. Somebody else can come through for you, because like usually an adult will come through and be like, okay, they promised you this, they didn't come through. Okay, well, let me give it. And usually it's the parent or something like that. If it's it don't matter how many times you can repay that person. It does not matter. You are not the person that said it. You can repay them for them. Okay, and at that moment, thank you. I'm getting this for them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But no, in their mind, this person promised me this. At least you want an explanation to say, well, this happened, but when this occurs, I'm going to give it. Kind of like what you were saying, Nate. When I see you, I got you. I got you. I didn't forget. You know what I mean? That is irreplaceable when you don't keep your word. So parents, if you with the littles too, because they trust you, you are the person.
Oh yeah.
Whatever you say is right. Even if it's wrong, but whatever you say, because they trust you so much, is right, which kept a lot of us out of a lot of trouble. Because I still think old men got worms, and I'm that.
No, I don't.
But go ahead, Nick. I said you wanted to say something.
Oh, I just
my me and worm. How would you know anyway? How would you know?
Yeah, I heard that old people give you worms. Well, guess what? We the old people now. I ain't giving nobody nothing but good loving. But anyway.
Okay.
Don't start.
We see where it's early. We see where the mindsets are early.
That's
Saturday
all we got.
morning.
That's all we got.
Right there. It's so important to keep your word. That's my whole focus here. It's so important to keep your word. Now, moving on to adulthood. The difference in being a child and somebody not keeping their word is that they will forever remember. Forever. You
as an adult.
That. And it'll be legit. It'll be legit. You totally forgot. Then once you become an adult, and it's like, hey, you said bye, 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 and you didn't come through. Let's say something that's minor but major to the person, a birthday party or something like that. You said you was coming through and you didn't come through. Trust and believe. You could send a card all day. Mm-hmm. We don't want your money. You weren't there for me when I needed you most, and I appreciated you.
Mm.
Yeah.
I was watching Mike Epps on Club Shay Shay. And you got to catch that one. It was a good one. He does good interviews, but he get on my nerves because he's messy like a broad. He want to know what some other person said and how do you think they felt. Ask them, dude. But in this particular moment, Mike Epps said he went back to the hood. And when he went back to the hood, he was like, oh my gosh, he said he did Friday. And once he realized that people were reciting his lines and stuff like that, he was like, whoa, I made it. And all about the Benjamins. And he gave a wad of money to somebody, came back. He said, wasn't nobody cheering me on. Listen clear for those of you out there that can hear me, the live listening audience and the viewers. He said nobody in his neighborhood, his close family, was not cheering him on. He was riding down the street with one dude and he gave him some money. He said a wad of money. He said, dude threw it out the window. He said he threw it out the window. Now, See, I see for the listening audience, the co-host Nick the Voice and Nate the Agitator are looking confused. Like, why would you do something like that?
Both got the stank
It's
face.
it's all perception. Think so. You guys are like, why would he do that? In my mind, I understand where Mike went now. And the reason I'm saying that, I ain't made it like that. I ain't got a whole bunch of money like that. You know what I'm saying? Where he gave him that and he thought that's what he wanted. His listen, remember I told you his family, they weren't clapping for him, his friends weren't clapping for him. So he made it, he got a plan in his head. He is dealing with we call it air quotes for the listening audience, survivor's remorse. Here's the I made it remorse. So, dude, I'm doing this for you. We cool. Here we go. I know this can help you. I'm trying to assist you. Where he felt, and other people had to tell him, that wasn't even your friend. Because those are the people that's going to tear you down. And he threw it out the window thinking that he had more than what he had. And he was like, I ain't got it like that. I just made a movie. And a lot of people don't know that when you are in those places, just because you're seen doesn't mean that you made it like that. Look at the story of New Edition, Roxanne Shante. I'm going way back. But with New Edition, a lot of artists who, you're like, oh, you made it. You rich. You got this. You got that. And they don't even have it because they're getting screwed.
Yeah.
So with that Mike Epps piece, that's what I got. I was like, money can't buy me. Money can't buy me. Take your money. That's not what I want. I want you. Now that's one way. And, Mike kind of went into it a little bit more. But for me, I would look and be like, dang, did I just offend this person? Do I have to ask to give you money? Now, watch how this go full circle. When Nate made a statement earlier and he said, the only way I can take money from you is pretty much if he trusts you.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I went. So when you brought it up, I said, wow, here's a guy saying the same thing. So to give another guy some money, here you go. Are you giving it to me to say you did it?
Well,
or are you genuinely saying, hey, here you go? But Mike's issue was the fact that he felt, why me? And thinking that he was raising up his community, these my people, but you are constantly trying to do for your people just so that your people can accept you. Everybody else has accepted you.
Well, that wasn't his responsibility. And he took that upon himself. And people look at him like, yeah, okay, yeah, nice. They're there now. Give him a pet. They're there now. They're
yes.
there.
Yes.
But it's not what his intentions were good, but I mean, people didn't take it the way he wanted. He figured it should go, so it made him feel a certain way. I get that. But
because
when I was saying about,
he didn't know his intent,
right? When I said about money, guys can give me money, but like a woman, especially if I like talking, if we're cool and this, that, and other, no.
If you like her, you won't take it from her. Is that
no?
it?
I have to like her and be serious about her to take it. Just saying.
Why is that?
I don't know. I blame my dad, I guess. If you sending me money or something like that, I'm like, oh man, I have to be special to you because I don't.
Watch this. Now, you have to like her to take money from her. Okay? If you don't like her, you're not taking her money. Where now it's like, I don't like you. Give me your money. I don't like you.
Yeah, with most guys, it's the opposite. They act like they like you, but they don't really like you. But they gonna take everything you give.
It's an intimacy to me.
Okay,
I'm gonna be into you before I get into you. So I have to put something into you, and I have to be something. So that is a gift from you. That's a part of you, whatever it is. So if I'm not into you, it's just not me. I'll sit here and go without. But if you cook something, I'll take that from anybody, and you're a good cook.
Okay, so in exchange.
Right. But it's, oh, let me help you with that. Whoa, slow down, Turbo. You don't know me like that. You know what I mean? Unless there's services being rendered.
It speaks to who you are. It speaks to who you are.
Yeah.
And just what Nick was saying was pretty much how it is now, where I'll use the person.
Right. But and that's in the man you choose or the man. I have to be worthy of you giving me that, whatever it
Okay.
is, you know.
Okay. On that note, because I want to stay right in that vein, I have to like you for you to give me money.
Mm-hmm.
I respect that because the men that I know, they won't accept anything. It's
Mm-hmm.
hard. And I
It's hard.
like it. We cool.
Yeah,
It's hard.
it's hard.
And I'm looking at it from the other side where I think it's I, I don't know, but I think it's a I'm a man like the barbaric.
It's a pride. It's a pride. But
Thank you.
I was raised with it. It is a pride. But I'd rather, I don't feel like if I'm rendering service or something like that. Okay, yeah, give me that. You owe me $20 more or whatever. But just hey, I'm down, or let's just say I don't know, my phone bill is a thing, and you here, let me pay it. Whoa, slow down, Turbo. Slow down. No, I'm good. I'll just stay in Wi-Fi spots because that's an intimacy to me. That's intimate. That's not just you ain't just paying anyone's phone bill. You paying mine because I'm me. And if I'm not going to return those feelings or something like that, no, I don't want that.
Oh, you think she might turn it off, or she might tell people?
No. She gonna expect to be able to hit this. Everybody can't just hit this. You know what I mean? You don't pay my phone bill. Now I'm supposed to what? To give you some polite poundage? No, you don't get that. So let's just nip that in the bud. On top of my pride thing, and I just be like, nah, I'll be all right. I'll be all right.
Okay, so remove the sexual part of it.
Okay.
Does it still stand the same?
Yeah, it's an intimacy. Why are you gonna pay my phone bill, Mel?
Well, if you can't pay your phone bill, I'm not paying your phone bill, but I will.
That's the example we're rolling with today.
Okay, we're rolling with something minor like that.
Right. Or whatever. What we can make it whatever you want. But why would you do that for me?
Because I see that you are a hard worker and trying to have it, and you're going through something.
I appreciate that. I got that. But I'll be like, hey, I have to get through that because I know that getting to means going through. So, and that goes in every case. Getting to means going through. So, my phone will be off for the next 2 weeks. I'll figure something out. And then figuring something out, I done learned a new trade, a new scam or something. I done learned something, but I have to go through that to get to that. So I'll, and like most men, would be like, I'm good. It's a pride thing. It is a man proud thing. It's a big ball thing.
Okay. I can appreciate that. Now, I want to move over to which side? There we go. To Nick the voice. She's speaking like, now, but not with the youngins, the YNs. Isn't that what y'all call it?
Yeah, the YNs.
Nick, when you say, men will take stuff and know that they're not into you like that, but they still will take it. So you're talking about a different type of male.
Uh-huh.
Can you elaborate on what you were sharing?
I mean, it's just like if a woman is into someone and see that they might want some, or they might like some, or they might need something in offering, and the dude gonna take it, no, they're not serious. They don't want. So it's a different side of the coin. And trust me, females do it too. That's why it's so hard for a lot of these males to give to females and help them.
Let's stay right where you were with the men first.
Okay, but I'm just it's
right.
Both sides of the coin. But people will use you, knowing that they don't have any good intentions for you, instead of just being honest and be like, nah, I'm good. You don't have no good intentions for that person. So why do it?
And I choose to be on this end of the coin.
Wait 1 second, Nate the Agitator, because this is a teachable moment.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give some examples of signs that we should look at as female, for the listening audience that's out there? Are there signs that show this guy is using you? Because we know that we're emotional creatures. Nate the Agitator taught us, we're into our feelings.
Nothing more.
Are there signs that we should be looking at to say, hey, we are offering because we're nurturers and we see there's a need, let's help. And they're taking advantage of your kindness. Are there signs that we should be looking at?
It's kind of hard, especially if you're starry-eyed at that moment. So it's kind of hard to look at that. But one of the things is, the first thing out the blue, babe, can you get me that? Okay. Like, no problem. I'll order it for you. Yeah, like certain things, and then they'll turn around and promise to get you something. We'll make sure you get that. We'll make sure you get that. And we never made sure. She made sure. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, like, yeah, because they will make false promises. They certainly will. They will make false promises, people.
Okay, let me ask you this. So you gave, and then they're promising you. And then how do you get to that next step of giving them something else when they didn't do the first part? When they didn't ever give you what they promised to give you? Or is it excuses? Like, how do they recover from not giving?
Usually it's always excuses or like little things, little gestures here or there. But then after a while, once you start catching on and be like, hold up, you know what I mean? Then it's a bunch of excuses or, okay, I got you. Never got. You know what I mean? So yeah, like we have to pay attention to all of that. We have to look beyond, and it's hard, women. We have to look beyond our feelings. And it's hard to do that because some folks is master manipulators and narcissists. They good at what they do. And then they'll turn around and play victim when you point out their faults or when you tell them about themselves. And when you finally catch on and let them know you done caught on, then they want to play victim and blame it on you. Yeah, and bye. Like, nobody's doing that.
That's interesting. I know a guy who he leads with how hard his life was to women, coming up and how bad it was and all this extra stuff.
I've heard all of that from other people before, like.
And he leads with that, where that's how he keeps getting. And I'm like, I don't understand. When do they stop? Because they're pulling on the heartstrings, like you said, Nick. Your emotion, you're starry-eyed, and you're like, okay, this is who I want, and I care about this person, so I want to make sure that they're cool. But then upset when you get Stella'd, as Stella got her groove back, or Waiting to Exhale, whatever movie it was, where she
Waiting to Exhale, yeah.
And Sebastian said, okay, I built this up for you, and then you leave me.
And they was married. So, if a married people going through it, somebody else is going to go through it. So, yeah.
Go ahead, Nate. What you got?
Well, almost died on that one, hold my breath. Women have something called intuition, and it's always right. You choose when to listen to it and when not to. And you told it, you're starry-eyed, and if he knows that, it just exploits it. You know that immediately. Yeah. But you know it immediately.
Not always.
Okay.
Not always.
Not always. She could speak.
Yes, not always.
Okay. Well, hey, here's a bit of NTA advice.
Well, before we get your advice, because right now we need to know where we are when you're in it. Right? Mm-hmm. When you are in it. And she said not all the time you don't know. You don't know what the plan is. Now, my question, which Nate, I'll ask you about, not this situation as far as like men using women. After they don't show up with their promise, keeping their word the first time, why? And she's explained, excuses and all that. Why let it get to the next step? How do you ask for, how do you get something else?
I'm not on that side of the coin, so I don't know. It's just not manly to me to use a woman like that. Say
it again, louder for the people in the back.
Well, I mean, hey, different strokes for different folks, but
you said it's not manly
to me. to me
Okay.
to do things like that. But I mean, some people, that's how they get over and how they're raised. But to see it, you feel that. Women, you are our spiritual anchor, and you have power. And that's why I keep on saying, y'all don't need to be strong as us. You're powerful. But you have to listen and use discernment when it comes to the dude you pick. I mean, there's a lot into it. Just like it's a lot into who we pick. And, you know, but the accountability is we'll say, okay, that's a rental. Okay, that's wifey. Okay, that's here. As opposed to telling ourselves a story and getting starry-eyed in most situations.
And I like that. But watch what you said. This is what you said. We have to be paying attention to the type of person, blah, 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 blah. You're a man.
Uh-huh.
You're a leader by nature.
Uh-huh.
We are females.
Uh-huh.
So, okay, you're the provider. You making sure the head of the household. You're all that.
Gotcha. Uh-huh.
We are here to support. We are the supporting actress.
Totally agree.
You know what I'm saying? So us being the support,
Uh-huh.
we should not have to be playing these games saying, "Oh, I need to watch this." And you said who we pick.
Yes.
What if you were chosen? That's the thing.
Right.
There's
Who we pick. Men are hunters.
Right.
So it's not us picking.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Hear me clear. It is not us picking because he chose us. He's a hunter. So everyone, let's be real. I don't want to speak for everyone, but when I want somebody in their femininity. I want a woman. She needs to be soft. She needs to be this. She needs to have whipped cream. You know what I mean? And the cherry on top. So you want that feminine woman. Why do we have to think like we're a hard body and no, hey, guess what? Yeah, I chose him. No, he chose her. Nick, I want you to speak to that, and then Nate, I'll go back to you.
Exactly. If you're the one being chosen, like, listen, I didn't know this person existed. We're just gonna put it out there since this is a subject that we're talking about. Didn't know this person existed. This person was at me several times within 10 years. So therefore, when I finally complied, don't do that, because
No,
again,
come on.
the whole subject is this person pursued. When you're being pursued by somebody, especially by somebody that long, of course you're going to finally be like, well, let me see what this person is about. That's just us females. This person must really, really, they pursued and pursued and pursued and pursued, and finally, okay, you going to give in. Like after 10 years, yeah, you're going to give in.
You think they have good intentions?
Think they have good intentions, and they start out very good. But after a while, you get tired, and it's time to go. Like you either, like they say, boo-boo, and I ain't going to say the word, but y'all know what they're saying, boo-boo or get off the pot. What you going to do? What you going to do?
So in this scenario, that's why I needed her to speak and not get cut off, Nate, because we are females.
Gotcha.
So being a female, you're on your soft side. That's what y'all say. You know, I want you feminine. And I hear where, oh, you're what is it? Independent woman, you're this, you're that. And
you're hard.
Yeah, you're too hard. Now, and I'm listening because I am a female. Believe it or not, y'all. Then you have that female that sits back and watch and see how they play. How do you navigate? So I can see where some men feel like you accepted the contract. So you watched, and as a female, this is what you chose. And in this situation, that the example that Nick gave with 10 years of pursuing, it's been out there the whole time. Hey, you know, If somebody pursues you, get with somebody that likes you more than you like them. So you think you have nothing but good intentions. If you pursued me that long, I'm going to think that. Then, like I said, then you have the other side where somebody will say, I watched this from examples. I know a friend, I know a cousin, I know an auntie that went through this, and this guy is the user, but she doesn't want to be alone. And then you say, I'm not going to be that person. But that is probably your 2% females that say, I ain't dealing with this. What do you have? And even though they pursue you, let me say this, even though the guy pursues you, it is up to us to accept that proposal. In this example, let's use Nick's example. He pursued for 10 years. That's a serious pursuit. That's the long game. That's what, as my mother call it.
Gotcha.
Which is fine. Which is fine. But when it's matters of the heart, it's easy to say, man, get up, go. Why you putting up with that? You don't have to deal with it because you're not in it. And that's why I appreciate that example. And I asked you as a female and not me inserting my thoughts, I need to know from my real females out there that are basking in their femininity and saying, hey, yes, I'm all in it, versus we make choices from the heart, not from the mind.
Yes, you're absolutely
And
right.
that's why we are in a place where we could get used.
Yes.
And let me clear this out. I said my real females, I'm a female for real, born that way, okay? But
Right.
but
For some people, yeah.
But Nate the agitator always calls me a unicorn. So my thought process is very different because I'm from the show me state.
Here's my point. If Flavor Flav was after you for 20 years, just because he was after you means he gets you, you have to make a choice. Exactly. You chose to. You command the key, the lock of choice of who you have relations and things. Well, you own sex. We own relationships. Just because I've been after you for 20 years don't mean that I get you. You chose me. And guess what? If some dude say at the bar, you girl, hey, Mel, do you know about this dude? What you know about him? You do all your research then. When your feelings get involved, you don't do the research. You don't do all of this. But at the end of the day, you choose the dude. Nick, I know you got 40 dudes hollering at you right now. Do all 40 of them get a taste? Do all 40 get a taste? No? So you have to one, you choose one. So you control you and who you are. It's your choice. It ain't just because I chose you. Hey, Mel, I've been trying to get with you, girl. Man, remember when we was 7 and I gave you that popsicle? What's time to pay up, girl? I've been after you that long. That don't mean you owe me something.
Okay, wait, right there. You said that and you gave the popsicle. Now, no, I don't owe you anything. But you love bombed me. So you got to my mind. And it's a lot of sapiosexuals out there. You got to my mind and you told me what you were going to do. And that's how women date the potential. Because this was at the beginning how everything was. And it looked fabulous. And I appreciate that. So you can't just be like, you wrong.
You chose.
You made a bad choice.
Exactly. We don't know it's a bad choice. And like you talking about, you have to do your research. I always do my research and ask. And
you just said you made a bad
what? I always do my research and ask questions about people, especially if they trying to holler. I ask questions. And case in point, for a couple that I have dated, and the last one I married, oh, so cool. They're a cool person. And I heard that from everybody.
Okay. Okay, 1 second. Now, if Nick clearly is, she putting her own, she using her own as an example. But when you hear something from everybody, they're cool, boom, boom, boom. But here, my question is, did you ask someone he dated or someone he was just cool with? Like, oh, that's my dude. So then you get, honestly, you get a different person
Right. When
when
you dating that person.
depending on the relationship.
But if you don't know who this person dates, but everybody, male and female, that you ask, because like I said, with my ex, there's a couple people that I have talked to around here, and my husband. I've asked males and females, oh, they cool, they this, they that, yada yada yada. You know, so like,
Can I ask a personal question since we're on personal stuff? Have
it
you
depends
ever
on the-
found the right one? Because you tell us about the ones that are not right. Have you ever chosen, or in your words, been chosen by the right one?
like, how do I know it's the right one until after it's already too late or
You
not?
50.
You know what I mean? So
But
like, nobody knows that. Have you chosen the right one?
No,
All
I
right,
haven't.
really?
In the past, I have not. But do you see
But
how
I mean, but do
I
you?
can-
But,
I can
but
see
did
that?
you know that in the
Wait,
beginning
wait,
that
it's instead of the fight, I think it was just a overall, like, just reflect and just think.
I got it.
Because if you look at the bigger picture, even all of us have been married.
Right.
And
It-
then it is, and that question is a valid question. Have you chosen the right one? And
Period.
Nick's response was a valid response.
What was it?
Her response was, you don't find out until the end. I heard, let me say this. I heard through the neck stretches and the loudness. And what it was is you don't find out until the end. I got to go to this comment. Patrick Coleman said, love bomb me. That's a good one right there. I know dudes probably like, please love bomb me. But with saying all that, I'm saying this. Have you found the right person? Now, a lot of people, a lot of divorcees or divorced individuals, because like I said, we've all been married and divorced on right now on the show. With that being said, I can say, you ask me that question, and everybody out there listening, think about it. It was the right person at that time. That's the difference. And that's why I had to cut them off. You don't want to fight. It's at that time, that was the right person. And then we grew up and we grew apart. Now, marriage is very different because they say you grow together, but people who have been married, trust and believe. You say we grow together. How? Because everybody have different thoughts and different things have been introduced. And it's that outside noise that makes a difference for our choices. It's that outside noise. So when she said she asked about the person, when you said, did you research them? Now, you said it's up to us to research and look, boom, boom, boom. Trust and believe. Most women, we already, when you call in, and if there is a interest, there's an interest when you ask about the person, if we could be 100% honest.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're calling me, reaching out, if I take the bait, because like your Flavor Flav example, if I take the bait
Or
choose, same thing. I'll take the bait. So I'm like, okay, let me do my research. I'm going to look at your social media since we have that, and that's a good thing. We got that. It's accessible to us. I'm looking at your social media.
Exactly.
I'm looking at your exes. What I will not do, this is just me. I'm not asking someone else about you unless we are directly connected.
Right.
Because I don't have any ties to you. Like, I'm not committed to you, the girl code, none of that. If I don't ask you, we ain't that tight. You know what I mean? And I'm not looking at how your relationship is, because there's so many people that man is somebody else to somebody else. Meaning with me, you might, if I'm with a guy and other women look at how they treat me, they expect that same treatment. Well, my experience with that guy was not the experience of the person before me. So you have to know that, guess what? This person may not be the same as he was with this person because I'm different.
All 9 of my ex-wives know me differently.
Which side do they pull out?
I've been different to each and every one of them. They'll tell you something totally different about me. There are some similarities.
All 3 of mine to tell you I am the same. I don't switch up.
That is scary.
That's different.
But also, all 3 of them and a few exes have all tried to come back, and a couple of them are pursuing now. So
that's because you're a pepper grinder.
No, that ain't got nothing to do with it.
Okay.
No. Well, here's the thing. I told you how you were as a friend. I said you're loyal. So if I know over here this person is loyal, all this other stuff is all extra. I can't deal with that. So now I'm going to get out in the street because I can't deal with that anymore. And then you realize that all these people out in the street, they're everything and not loyal. Let me go back to a familiar place where I know I could deal with all this and that, and they're going to say A, B, C, and D because they've coined you, because you said all of them will say the same thing about you. But one thing I know for certain, she's loyal. So treat her how you want to treat her. It don't matter. She's loyal. Not that it's okay. And I'm just using that as an example and not your personal situation, but you have that. And it's like, well, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And she's going to yap. And all I have to do is just hear her mouth, but I know she's loyal, versus now I done learned somebody else. I done got out of here and I found out that this is straight trash, that I didn't have trash. So yes, I would like to revisit. But how many people have been in relationships where when you move on to the next relationship, you realize that your previous relationship wasn't as bad as you thought? Mm-hmm. So that happens. Now, keeping your word, people feel as though it is easy to do.
Right.
Let's look at an example of, it's the comments that, it's the outside people that shifts it and make it hard. Mm-hmm. Hear me, the outside people. Let's take example the Drewski skit. Mm-hmm. When he mocked mega churches, not black, all black churches. It was mixture, because you had some white mega churches. When he mocked the mega churches, hilarious. Like mega churches, those pastors, what would they say? A hit dog hollers.
A hit dog hollers.
Now watch this. They were upset about it. Here's what's interesting. All he did was exactly what they did. Now, when they made that decision to do that, were they looking for ridicule or the accolades? Drewski did it. I believe that those megachurch leaders didn't have a problem with Drewski doing exactly what they did. They had a problem with the comments that were given, and they were ridiculed. So they had a problem with all the comments. They, just like people, they don't care about what we say. It's not us. It is how people respond to what we say. And now there's an issue, and you want to be upset for them being exactly who they are, that thought that them flying in the church was a great idea at that time. And then now you want to say, how dare you do exactly what I did and pretend you're me? They thought it was a great idea to sit up in the pulpit and talk about everything that they have. And I'm not saying minimize yourself, but are we not making it about God?
Church, never about.
Here's where I have an issue. People in the comment, because we read the comments, were saying, he's going the HE double hockey sticks and he's doing this, talking about leadership. That's a problem for me. That problem for me is the fact that you are upset that somebody is mocking your leader. He's not mocking God. He's mocking your leader. So to you, is your leader God? Or is it eye-opening? A time to say, hey, I better reflect on this. Let me look at this big picture or the bigger picture. And with that being said, I want to segue over to the next topic. And that is adults allowing other adults to choose who they mess with, and not sexually, just friends. You know what I mean? So if I'm with you and I dislike somebody, do I expect Nick the voice or Nate the agitator to dislike them?
I hope not.
There's a few people that I'm cool with that is like that. If you friends with them, that mean you. I know that don't mean nothing. I'm friends with them. I'm friends with you. The two of y'all ain't never got to be together at the same time with me. We're not about to do that. I'm not choosing friends because there's a lot of people that my close friends are friends with that I don't mess with. But I don't sit there and give them an ultimatum about them being friends with them because we're all grown adults.
Okay, Nate, what you got?
Oh no, I just excuse myself. I don't mess with that dude. Hey man, I catch up with you later. I won't even tell him. I just my dad died again. I gotta go. I'm not putting that type of energy or feeling into it. I'm not making it weird. I'll just excuse myself.
Right.
Hey, I don't like this person. Just excuse myself.
But watch this. There are, I call them coalitions in adulthood, where, and I'm surprised to see at this big age, and it's not just, it's beyond me. So we're talking 60s, 70s, like almost 80, and seeing so many people kind of gravitate to, they say, we're not going. What do you mean we're not going? You're not going over here because what? I don't like this team, or
who is this we you speak of?
It's
I
out
didn't know
there.
we were French.
I know.
Yeah, okay, we. You do have adults that make a decision based off of another adult when you didn't share that same experience about that person. And most people make decisions not based off their own personal experiences with the individual, but based off the masses. That's why I said the comments are dangerous, and you're weird. This is me. You're weird being an adult and allowing another adult to tell you who you need to mess with. Right. Situation. There was an interview. Tiana Taylor was interviewed, and they asked about Kanye. I loved her response. Her response was a real response. I don't agree with everything that he says and does, but I still mess with him. Just as friends. I don't agree with everything you do, Nate the Agitator. I don't agree with everything you do, Nick the Voice, but I still mess with y'all. Mm-hmm. Because that is not my experience. It did not affect me personally. Right. But you do have people who feel like, oh, okay, that's my ride or die. Like, is your community that small? Is your community that small that you say, hey, I won't have friends if I don't do A, B, C, and D? And an honest question. At this big age, are you really looking for new friends? You know, if you meet them, okay.
If I meet them, right, that's how I am. If I meet them, then cool, but yeah.
You know, it's very different to see how we, and I'll say we as adults, are voluntarily applying to be sheep.
Yeah.
To the street.
Mm-hmm.
And you're supposed to be the provider, and you are a sheep to the street. Mm-hmm. Your shepherd, which is your homie or whoever, is saying, hey, blah, 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 blah. And somebody else is running you, and you're supposed to be running the household, which means that it is not you who I should be with. I need to be with your shepherd.
Okay.
But you done chose the sheep. The sheep then sheared you a couple times. The shepherd done sheared you a couple times already. And before now you're making that decision, you want to be with the shepherd. The shepherd was like, yo, he was just with that other shepherd. So you done came pre-shedded and shedded. So it's a difference. So before you
it
pick,
is not a difference. I'm gonna tell you what the difference is. The
oh,
difference, I'm saying, is not, what you're saying, but here's where it goes. I did not know that the shepherd was the one who was running you. I thought it was you all the time. That's why I said that and used that example. How often? How often? It happens all the time. That is your, i.e., your love bomb. That's how that happens. I'm thinking I'm with you, and I'm not with you. I'm with that dude. Cut the middleman. Cut
so
the middleman.
so you chose wrong, correct?
But
Had to. And here's
Gotcha. No matter.
no, let's be real. Yes, because I chose the representative.
But no matter what, you have to be accountable for what happens after that.
You can't be accountable when you don't know. No, I ain't gonna let you say that. You
Yes.
can speak after. No, you can't be accountable for what you don't know. Watch this. A sin is a sin isn't a sin until you know it's a sin. So if I go out and I do something and I don't know and I have no recollection, guess what? Oh, I genuinely did not know. So now that I know, I can make that decision clearly.
that's what burns me up with him all the time. He always talk about somebody chose wrong and people, you chose wrong. But how do you know it's a wrong choice if you have not gone through anything? Because that person gives you the representative. And you don't know it's a wrong choice until way later down the line after you've gone. So stop doing that. You chose wrong. You don't always know that you choosing wrong. You don't know this because that person is not sending them real selves to you.
But
So you don't know.
whatever he sold you.
It's not a wrong choice at first. It's not.
Okay. So
Like you're trying to get to know that person.
after you done invested and did all this other,
Okay,
Then you find out and you chose wrong, and then that's when you said,
okay, wait a minute. Wait 1 second. She's right, listening audience. You're making a choice based off of what's presented. So you don't know all that extra. Now, let's go to Nate the Agitator to hear his response. Go ahead, Nate the Agitator.
you picked that representative. You allowed him access. So it is your choice. I am just saying the choice part of it. Now, if he changed up on you, okay, we've all made bad choices. Ain't none of us sitting here with a 30-year marriage behind our belt. But don't just say it's not my fault. The choice aspect of it is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about he did this and she did that. Hey, I chose wrong. I don't blame none of them. I learned from all of them. It ain't about what she did or what she showed me. Hey, that choice didn't work for me, but I made the choice. So the word choice is what I'm dealing with. I'm fighting for the choice part of it. You have a choice. I've been after Nick for 36 years. She ain't even kissed me yet. So by her definition, just because I've been after her I should be able to get fresh buns because I was after her. And she has no choice in it. It's just because I said I was after her since the 7th grade.
Okay, let's go to Nick the Voice to hear her response. Okay, Nick. Rebuttal?
I still have a problem with that word choice. I mean, everybody chooses, of course, but we don't know whether it's right or wrong until after the fact. And then when you go to recant or step away, then you're wrong. Well, why you always doing this, or why you do it? Oh, you can't stay in one place and because apparently, like he said, I chose wrong, but you don't know that is a bad choice. And that's, like you said, that's for everybody, but like that just
Now, when you make decisions and you make choices off of what's presented, that's not your fault. You made a choice off of what was presented. Here's a plate. Look at the menu. This is what's presented. Baked chicken, orange roughy fish. Which one will you choose? So you choose me. I'm choosing the fish. You choose the chicken. And then when you cut into it, you find out the chicken is raw. Let's bring them both back on. Okay. There we go. So the word choice. That's the word for today, boys and girls. Choosing and choice. And I get Nate on the superficial side. Yes, it was a choice. I get Nick on the more realistic side of, I done been through this. Yes, I made the choice, but here it's looking like it would not have advanced if we personally did not choose. So that's it, as if it couldn't have come. But we all have that. We have that option to choose. Now, speaking of choosing, your boy Drake. Drake is still mad at Kendrick Lamar.
He should be.
Now, he feels like, hey, I got a problem. I'm still upset. You destroyed my career, blah, blah, blah. Now, here again, it's the comments. If Kendrick Lamar did a song, They Not Like Us, and no one in the comments spoke, it would have been like, okay, diss track, here we go. Because before, remember when the diss tracks was going out, people was battling. They couldn't see what people were saying. They couldn't hear what people were saying inside their households. Now, with social media and all these outlets, they can see what the people say. And guess what? I'm upset. My feelings is based off of what you all say. My thing is take the L. You can't, he started it. Take the L and move on. And here's what's interesting. Did we forget about it? It's in the back, in the memory bank. Go ahead, put it in the filing cabinet. We remember that. Boom. If somebody brings it up, you be like, oh yeah, let me go in the filing cabinet. Yeah, I remember that. Drake actually made it relevant again by still saying, hey, I'm suing you. He lost when he sued, but I'm still on some get back because you destroyed my career.
That's what a battle is.
Now, and then speaking of choices, and this is to Drake, something happens, suffrage is a choice. It's a verb. It's a choice. If you choose to suffer from what happened to you and stay down, that's on you. You're bringing this back up. You're making a decision to say, hey, I'm going to bring this back up and destroy myself again. It's all ego. Now, do you think that it would have just stayed in the filing cabinet, or is it at the forefront of your brain, that whole Drake and Kendrick Lamar gig?
That was in the back of the mind. Like,
he did get destroyed. He started the fight, he lost the fight, and then he tried to sue, which made it worse for him. But the word that you guys aren't saying is he has to be accountable for his actions. He started the fight. So
he started in this case.
Got you. And he lost. So he has to be accountable for that. So if he ain't gonna take accountability and he gonna feel about this and feel about that, there's
a decision that was made,
and the consequences was Drake in the Super Bowl. So that was the consequences to what he started. If you want,
is Drake being that person that say, I lost this time, but every time I see you, I'm taking y'all back to the playground.
Right.
He's fighting. Mm-hmm. Every time I see you, we gonna fight.
Yep.
Good luck. But
so here again, the question is, was that situation in the filing cabinet or at the forefront of your brain?
That was last year's news. I forgot about that mess.
Yeah.
And goodbye.
Yeah, it was back, but Drake might be trying to sell some albums, or he want to get beat up again and then get mad because he can't see because he got two black eyes. We don't want to hear about you crying about it. You're calling, can you please do this to me? Okay, if I go in here, if I'm fighting Don Queener, there's a chance I might lose.
Okay, let's move on to the mother who whooped her child. We call it whooping. The people call it beating, for stealing $1,600, and she got arrested for whooping her child for stealing $1,600 from her.
I'd have told her behind up too.
What's her name? We need to put something on her books. We need to elevate that woman, because guess what? When the kid ain't listening and doing all the up, stealing $1,600 from you, oh, now it's a problem. Where's your parents? Man, please. They can't have it both
It
ways.
always comes back on the parents, and then you're a bad parent. That they must have been a bad example. The parent must not have been there. The parent didn't raise them right when that child steals $600 from you. Then it's all. Then you always got something to say about that parent when it's. But when the parent is disciplining their child, then everybody got a problem.
Hey,
you can't have it both ways.
If it's a girl,
it sounds like she's a minor. Her mother disciplined her, but the state decides, hey, no, we don't want you to discipline them. We want them to go head on, and we'll discipline them.
We'll get them
and we'll charge you for not disciplining them.
Yeah, that's see, that's the.
And now let me give you a little bit more to the story. The story is that the young lady had bruises, so she decided not to send her child to school because she had bruises on her arms and she had a black eye. Now, yeah. Like, the black eye was pretty creepy.
Yeah, she went a little bit too far with that one.
But here's the thing. She went a little too far with it. Let's think back to your worst whooping. Did we stay still when we got a whooping?
No, never did.
No.
So you might get hit some type of way. You know what I mean? You be like, what's that whoop across their face? Well, that's when they turned and spent and did blah, 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 blah. Not justifying her actions, but I can say, I got a fair child. She's fair color. So you hit them, bam. Oh, I got this bruise. I remember mine. Now, the one time she could go to school. She know what she did. But the one time she went, and I told, big time. I sat there, I said, don't pull your sleeves up. This clown, they called me at the school. Called me. She goes in, her first grade teacher, was she in first grade or fourth? I don't know. Anyway, the teacher says, yeah, she came up to me and she pulled her sleeves up and said, look, her arms had welts on it.
I didn't have the fortunate to be light skinned, so my welts didn't show. My bruises were internal.
That sounds like her.
So what ended up happening, they called me and they asked what happened. Boom. And I told them. And I felt some type of way anyway, like, okay. And I told them, yep, I'll do it again. I said, you saw her arms. I said, oh, you should see her butt. That's what I said, So with that being said, it was like, yep. And I would do it again because I know why. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do this right now. So CPS comes, all this extra stuff, because she's extra. CPS comes. Well, the other child was like, they coming, running and hiding. I'm about to hide in the garage. I was like, for what? The other child was like, I ain't going nowhere. Mm-hmm. She could go, but I ain't going. They're going to take her away, So it was open and closed. But the point is, these children feel like they have somebody on their side when they're younger. Mm-hmm. They're on my side until they turn on them when they get older. $1,600.
Yeah.
That's a felony.
Yeah.
$1,600 she took from her, and it happened to be the mother. I'm looking in the comments, and the comments say snitch. Let me tell you, interesting enough, her degree is in criminal justice.
Wait, how old is this child? What is she doing with $1,600? My grandkids don't steal because they can't put it on their Apple Pay.
What is she doing with $1,600? She stole it from her mom.
Right, but I mean, how old is this child?
I don't even know. She had to be old enough because she told them that her mom kept her from school. And yeah, you got to keep them from school because you'd be like, oh man, this looks real bad. We don't know. But 1,600, watch this. How
Try
many
8,000.
Huh?
Try 8,000.
Okay, but watch this. These are young people. 1,600. She probably not realizing that it's 1,600. She just got money. And then who was it? It was a child that gave away all their parents' money. They found some money, gave it away at school, buying everything. Here, take this, take that. Hundreds of dollars. It is us, the comments that said, hey, they put validity to it and put the value to things. It is us that do that, the outsiders. So when they realize how much it is with a child, they don't know. Well, you could buy a house and you could buy a car. You have to show them. Say, hey, this is what you give them those type of examples. Then they'll realize, whoa, that's a lot.
Like I said, try 8,000. My cousin stole over a couple years, over $8,000 writing checks. Stole checks from my grandmother. Her mother, of course, passed it off. My mom was ready to choke her out.
Now that right there, you stealing checks. They had to be grown, and over time, that was premeditated.
Yeah. Oh, honey, well, as soon as she turned 18, guess what? My mother made my grandmother press charges, and she spent time in jail. 3 months.
Gotta do it. But with a child, they don't realize the value of $1,600. I could just buy a lot.
Well, grandma didn't get the satisfaction of tearing that hiney up because she sent her to jail. I know grandma would have liked to handle it herself.
No, she did. No.
She
had gotten older and let her get away with everything.
It's very different because that is an adult.
Right.
Versus a
child.
8-year-old child, and it's like, wait a second, that's money. I get to buy what I want, not the dollar amount. If $1,600 is what that mother had there, she knew how much she had versus $20 or $50. If it was ones, you know what I mean? All ones, you be like, this is interesting. Now, I see in the chat where they're saying to steal from your mom. Watch this. That's a child in the house. Who else you gonna steal from? Really, and I'm saying that because look at Nick up here cracking her knuckles. This is a child. You're in the house. This is the person that you're closest to. So if that child lived with grandma, that child probably would have stole from grandma.
And she did.
Well,
that's your situation. Your example. Go ahead.
Your mama was in the house too.
I've never had those issues with my kids or grandkids because, I can't say, what I did, but I mean, because it's probably a felony now, but I mean, you have to instill something in them. But now the women are getting this lady got arrested for instilling discipline and consequences in her child. Now this child is going to grow up with this lesson, knowing that there's no consequences to her action. She's going to do it again. But when she do it to the right person, she can be carried by 6 or judged by 12. But if she doesn't choose, did I say choose the word choose? Because I know the word choose is choosing. If she doesn't choose the right path, then the accountability she would have to take, there's consequences. So in essence, the society looks at this and be like, she whooped her child. She gave that child a whooping. That's just it. If the stove was hot, you ain't going to keep touching it. So, hey, man, please. Whoop them kids. New merch coming. Whoop them kids.
Go ahead, Nick. Hurry up.
I know we have listeners everywhere. That we have melanated, non-melanated, whatever. I just want to reiterate to those, and we have some people in work in the state that there's a difference between whooping and abusing. Okay, y'all need to learn the difference because when we back in the day when we got our butts whooped,
we earned it.
We earned it. Just like now, these kids earn it. I can understand if she was abusing her child. It kills me because CYS will sit there and let a child that's being completely abused, physically, sexually, everything else, slip through the cracks to the point where you lose a child, we burying a child. But when a parent is truly trying to be a parent, that's when they want to come knock down your door and take your child. Mm-hmm. Y'all got stuff backwards. backwards, and I wanted to cuss so bad, but I know we on the radio. You got it backwards. Y'all need to learn your job again. You need to learn the difference between abuse and the parent disciplining your child, because we lose the children that are being abused, and you take the children that are being disciplined. Y'all retarded.
It's an agenda. I believe it's an agenda.
Now, I will say there is a difference, and it's usually earned. We saw that episode. You do have one bad apple. And it's like that one bad apple got us in this place right here. That episode of the Good Times with Penny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's all I was gonna say.
That was an example, but it showed that this happens in a household. The people that we knew, growing up or know, some of them, I could say I know, some of them went through some of that. Because what happened? Their parent had an issue. They reverted back to what they knew, or resorted to what they knew, or how they were brought up, which we, in the comments on the outside, said, oh, that's extreme. Interesting enough, think about this. In every situation in your life, relationships, when morals and values were instilled, your happy home, there are 86% of the people in the population that feels like the way that they were brought up in their home and how they think, everybody experienced that same thing. Yeah. And their household that was their norm. We talked about it at the beginning of the show, how this is how we were brought up. We didn't know we were poor or in poverty. Let me say that. We didn't know that because of our surroundings until somebody outside said, hey, or you were introduced and saw, somebody in the neighborhood, and you saw how they were living. So it's that person who, the top one in your crew. I'm going back to that. You see, oh, okay, well, that's where I'm trying. That's where I'm trying to go. I'm going to the Joneses in the neighborhood. I live across the street in the projects, but there's a house across the street. And when I get older, I'm going to get me a house. So you don't know that your situation is bad until you see better. That's what I'm trying to say. So with that being said, I ain't saying beat your children. I ain't saying that. But discipline is very important.
Right. So would going to send your kid to go get a Switch nowadays, would that be mental cruelty also? Was that an additional charge?
It probably is.
I had to go get my Switch all the time.
I
mental cruelty. I got another charge, mental cruelty, because I sent him to go get a Switch. And you better not come back.
Don't come back with no little twig or nothing like that, because then
mental cruelty.
Grandma gotta go out and get it.
You send them to go get their own weapon.
Well, hey, look, I might be in. Hey, have you or your loved ones had to go get a Switch? You might be entitled to some money now. You think the statutes of limitations? Because I had to always go get my Switch.
That part.
I want money.
All right, let's talk about this new thing that they're doing at the hotels. They are talking about taking the doors off the restroom. Now, in the hotels, they say it's for better ventilation. For who?
Taking the doors off the stalls?
Hey.
In the hotels.
What hotels?
Matter of fact, I'll tell you one that doesn't. The shower's like right there in the room. You can see through the glass. And the bathroom.
Oh, you're talking about in the individual.
Oh, you're talking about in the individual rooms.
In individual rooms, yes.
Oh yeah.
Not
Okay.
public.
I was going other place.
Public bathrooms. So, are you okay with no door being on the restroom?
No, because if I'm with somebody and they decide to go to the bathroom and blow it up, I want it to stay in there. Right. I don't want to smell Taco Tuesday freely. Now, when you open the door, some of it go seep out a little bit, but a little bit is better than the whole free. We ain't doing the free world.
You cannot escape Taco Tuesday. You can have the door sealed. I'm gonna get you. But
no.
I don't care about it, because if I'm in a room with you, long as this is a one bed room, if you got two beds in the room, that means me and one of my boys, like Derek Clark, we on a trip and we got to sleep in his room. Now I need a bathroom door because he might have got to go do his thing. But if I'm there with, a little honey dip, so who was that earlier? I don't mind peeking in. Well, no, not if she's sitting there.
Not if I'm blowing up the toilet. You really don't want to be in there, and I don't want to be in there when you blowing it up. So, like, no.
I have changed my mind. Nick is right. To see her in that situation,
Shut up.
I already got soft spots in it. It'll go completely gone. I'm out the game. After I see that, it'll be a night of cuddling. Let's just cuddle and watch Law and Order.
Right, exactly. The cuddle goes out the door. I mean, there's one thing what they're in there doing.
Yeah,
they're in there blowing it up, and but the door is closed. But to have it open freely, and you can look in the room and see what they do. All that go out the window. It's like I'm sure it just go.
If you hear Nikki in there beatboxing, she in there beatboxing. You be in there beatboxing. Oh Lord, you come out. I'm like, let's just hold. Let's just watch Law and Order.
Now let you just get in the shower again.
Yeah. You couldn't have just wiped that away. That's not just a wiper.
But still,
when you were there beatboxing,
even getting in the shower, it's still the visual and the smell and the everything. And it's like I lost it and my mood is gone.
I think the sound is worse than the smell.
But wait, I mean, let's really think about it. Really think about it. A lot of people can't go to the bathroom with other people in there.
No, you gotta go.
You sitting there watching me it's a different kind of difference. Now with the shower, I don't need you watching me while I'm taking a shower. That's weird.
Mel, no, it's not. We need to watch you. Trust me.
That is an uncomfortable feeling. Like
unless we're in the shower together, but still, like I'm gonna turn my back. Like, can you watch my back? Like, cause no, don't.
I have an important question.
Go ahead. You have what?
I have an important question of this topic about the guys. It's serious man talk. What's more? What would be worse, the noise or the smell? I think I'm gonna go with noise. That noise is just when she's beatboxing like that. There's no recovering from that. I'm gonna go noise.
You know what? I think the noise probably is accurate because there's guys who be like, "You can do whatever you want, just don't fart in front of me." No, there's some guys out there, I'm telling you.
I rebuke those guys. I don't believe a woman loves me unless she farts in front of me.
I had a friend that I used to talk to say the same thing. He posted on his social media. If she don't fart in front of you, she don't love you. I was like, huh?
That's sharing your innermost feelings. That's your innermost feelings you sharing with me. I'm like, girl, don't love me so much. Don't love me so much.
Listen, I just can't do it. I'm like, I can't.
Fellas, smell and sound.
So if you feel as though that she don't love you if she don't fart in front of you,
right. Then
once she farts in front of you the first time, it's downhill from there.
I know, because y'all just take it to the extreme. And a fart is totally different than a scream.
Like my stomach been hurting for 3 years.
Exactly. When I finally get comfortable and start doing it, baby, we have fart wars, okay? I will cover your head in a minute.
You don't want that. You don't want those problems. Because I will sauerkraut, egg, and French onion dip you to I will battle. I will prepare for battle. Nick, you don't want them problems. I will prepare for battle.
Now, let's really think about this. Showering with your mate every day?
That's intimacy. That's intimacy. Hey, she got to get up and excuse herself because she's a farter. She's reminiscing.
Okay, go ahead. I mean, really think about showering every day. What about their dirt? Like, who? I have to shower and then shower again. Like, I don't want your dirt on the bottom of my feet.
Ugh.
I mean, a lot of people don't even know. People get in the shower and wash their feet. They forgot.
I'm chuff. I'm chubby buff. So I need you to get that spot in my back. So showering together, I mean, I'm cool. And it's an intimacy. You know, you might even get a quick game of hide the pickle while you're in there. You know what I mean? It's intimate. I like it. I would like it.
So you said the intimacy part, but do you judge? Do you judge how somebody clean their body? Is that the time that you find out that you don't even know how to shower properly?
Well, if I'm in the shower with you when you find that out, I've already won. So, I mean, you gonna dump me for that? Okay. All right. Yeah. So they're that person, you don't just shower with anybody, Mel. You got to know this person. Now, if you care about him enough that you showering with him, just be like, hey, man, you missed your calf. You missed your big toe. Just help him out. Get him right for you. Custom made.
That's why I think that the whole shower and toilet and bathroom just out there for everybody to see is a bad idea. Because then you be like, dang, I didn't even know this cat is dirty like that. Like a 5-minute. Okay, show of hands in the chat. And for you guys listening, 619-902-2287, 619-902-2287. If you were able, you're in a hotel and you see how the person shower, and how many of y'all have been with your mate that you had to tell them to go back in and get back in that shower?
This is a female question. Guys don't really, it ain't that big of a thing.
Be like, you out the shower already? Oh, I know you ain't cleaned everything.
Watch this. Nick, she fanning over there for a reason because she over there farting. But after she done blew up the toilet, the dude is saying put a little water on it, and he's gonna still go ahead and handle business. We'll just wipe it off the top, and go.
No. I'm on air. You can't do all that.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm on radio, not this podcast. Come on.
That's the last person to need to do that.
Wait a minute.
I haven't had to do that.
The interesting thing is, I don't know. The interesting thing about that, though, do you really want to know that much about the person? Like, for real, you sit there, you be like, you'd get, like it's your child. You be sitting there like, if you don't get back in that shower, now I know you'd have turned the shower on, then it would get back in there and wash your whole body.
That's the man who showed you a representative and you said you chose to be with him. Now you find that out. But you found it out too late. See that mark right there on the bedpost? That's you. That's already
already done.
It's already you.
I mean, if you're in a hurry, like you have somewhere to be and y'all in a hurry and y'all know how long it might take us, some of us women, jumping in the shower together to save time for both y'all to get ready, you know, that's something different. Or like the little intimate time when you plan on playing in the shower anyway, that's something different. But other than that, nah, I ain't taking a shower with nobody, but just them 2 times. But like just to always be, no, we're not doing that.
Do you know guys don't put this much thought into this stuff? They just, we're going to go with the flow.
Can I ask you a male question?
Sure. That's why I'm here.
If you don't have, okay, I don't want to say you per se. He's speaking broadly.
Right.
If you know a female is coming to your house, do you have clean towels for her? Now,
generally,
there's a pause for the listening audience.
That used to be my thing before I found the Lord.
Okay.
If you're coming over, I would go buy you your own set of towels, and I would know whose color was whose color. Not me per se, but I mean, this is what I heard. So if you coming over, I know your towels are the purple ones and yours were the blue. So I always color coordinated things. But coming to get nice, good towels, you would have all 3 nice, fluffy, good, expensive towels.
Okay, for the guest.
For the guest.
But
I try to make the experience pretty much memorable. So a nice towel with the proper lotions and not baby oil.
So there is this occurred. I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
And actually it wasn't a question, it was a statement. Went over a guy's house, and afterwards he didn't have any towels for me to cleanse myself.
Was he white?
I don't know. I don't know the nationality of these people.
Well, they don't use most.
They don't use towels. They just boom. But I got that. But I will say that there was a crunchy towel that she stepped on the floor.
Oh,
not his favorite towel. That's his
Mm-mm.
favorite.
Mm-mm.
That's his favorite.
That right there will cause me to start swinging.
Hey.
But here's the thing, caused you to start swinging, but this was after you found it. After.
Hey.
So did you step on? Did she step on it?
She stepped on it.
That's what I'm saying. If I step on your crunchy towel, like we got a problem.
Now look at this is the bigger part. The bigger part is you already did the dude, and dude don't have a towel.
That's
and
right.
The crunchy towel you stepped on. I don't know how the room was, but my question to you is: do you just go into the linen closet? Do you ask the person, "Where's your linen closet?" Like, how do you bring that up? Do you have a towel? Like that's something that one would assume. Everybody has towels.
Hey.
Like where is it? Where's the towels at? That's it. Where are the towels? I need a towel.
He gonna come with that the kitchen what's the kitchen one you open the stove with and pull a thing out with the slight Brillo, the rough one. Yeah,
Can
the
I
rough one.
suggest something for the ladies? And I'm quite sure there's a lot of ladies that already know this, and there's a lot of ladies that do this because it's right. Always keep a whole bag in your car.
I agree.
That means your washcloths, your bath towels, your deodorant,
Okay. So Nick said keep an overnight bag. Nick he says the same thing.
A pimp bag, but all I keep is a fresh pair of underwear. You know what I mean?
Okay, fresh pair of underwear. Now let's go to the chat. It's like the beach. Bring your own towel or drip dry. Dod said you messing with busters. I think that's wild to me. Like, oh my goodness, you just stepped on a crunchy towel, not the under the sink towel. And I know it's not the under the sink towel. But come on. That is terrible. And what's even worse is the fact that you've already done it. So you just mess with a dirty dude. And that's whack. And you can't take it back. So I want to get on, and we only got a few minutes left, but I got to ask. Well, actually, it's not even asked a question. I asked the question prior. How does a woman ask a man for money? Because we kept talking about how women just ask men for money. Me and Nick, I think it was last week too, where we talked about how are these women asking these men for money, because usually if the guy likes you, you don't have to ask. He'll just deliver.
He'll provide.
Well, I have my thoughts and some other people have theirs, and I want to share theirs. Go ahead, Nate, if you can wrap it up in 1 minute, because I got to get this out.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well,
how does one ask you for money?
If we're in any type of relationship, the provide.
Usually you're not, because you see how things are going now.
Well, no. Hey, I ain't got it. But I mean, if a guy is into you and you're in some type of relationship,
you say, "Hey, I ain't got it." Not the let me call you back.
Yeah, quick. I ain't get no booby pictures or nothing, man. Please, nope. I ain't got no problem saying no. That's okay. Keeping my word. No.
Okay, Nick. Do you know how does one feel? Because we've already talked about like the GoFundMe, like you know what I mean. People asking other people for money.
I ain't got it. That's my thing. I'm sorry, I ain't got it, and I can have a pocket full of money. I ain't got it.
Now I'll say this, and it is a double standard. It's a huge double standard. A male asking a female for money is the worst. Such a turnoff. If you can ask a female for money, please go. Don't even stop. Just run the light. Because that right there is whack.
And that's why I won't ask. And if I'm with you, it's hard for me to receive it. Even if we're in some type of relationship, it's still hard for me to receive it. That's where the pride thing comes from with us men. You just cemented it with exactly how I feel. That's why I'm like, no, I'm good. Because you might want to try to smash me or something. I'm good, sweetheart. I'll be all right.
Right. And if you say you're going to pay it back, pay it back.
I don't want to get in that. That's a promise. I don't do those either. Very
And you got to keep your word.
Yeah, keep your word.
I the name of the show.
Yeah, that's right. I don't want to even set myself up for having to do something. Just going through it, I
would feel some type of way if I was a guy. I just would. Like
not all of them do that.
To me, I would feel like that's like asking would you go to your mother and ask your mother for money?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah.
Okay. Which one, if you have both parents, well, it don't even matter because you do, if they're still alive, would you feel more comfortable asking for, I'm going to ask both of you guys real quick. Nate, do you feel more comfortable asking your dad or your mom?
My mom.
Okay.
But she'll ask my dad.
Your answer. Are you more comfortable asking your mom or dad for money?
Both.
Okay. Watch this. Men, statistics show that men are more comfortable asking their mother for money than their dad. And women are more comfortable asking their dad for money than their moms. Isn't that interesting?
Oh, that makes sense.
Equal opportunity.
No,
I asked both of them.
I asked my mom and she said, well, let me check with your dad. And I'm like, man, God. Never mind.
You hit the never mind. Don't even worry about
it. Never mind.
I asked both of my parents. In fact, a lot of times I asked my dad.
Okay, we can't elaborate on it because with time.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. So that's what the stats show. Now, here's my view. The way to ask for money is don't. And I'm going to tell you, ladies, you could play the long range game as well. People are more apt to give when you don't ask. If they like you enough and you keep the cookie in the cookie jar. My thing is you have people that thinks that, hey, well, if I let them know, hey, I got cookies in the cookie jar, trust and believe. They're going to take that shot. They see a cookie jar over there. Oh, she has a cookie jar. I want to go and grab some cookies out the cookie jar, not knowing if there's cookies in there or not. So go to dinner a few times, date, get to know the person. There's nothing lost. If they don't like you and feel as though, oh, okay, well, I'm just putting out too much effort. Too much is going into this and I'm not getting anywhere. You didn't lose anything. But once you give cookies out of the cookie jar, they know what type of cookies are in that cookie jar. Believe it or not. So hold tight, lovely ladies. Hold tight. Hold on to your pearls. We used to call it the pocketbook. Go ahead. Now, today's footnote. Choose the positive. You have a choice. Okay? You are the master of your attitude. You'll hear me say that constantly. Choose the positive. Actually, some people feel like they don't like constructive criticism, but a lot of people do. You have the choice to deal with what you're dealing with. Once it's presented, you have the choice to say, hey, I want to give you the time of day. You have the choice to have an attitude of gratitude. Remember, always choose you. All right? All right. Lovely people, that is my time. I thoroughly enjoyed you as I do each and every single Saturday. Find you, embrace you, most importantly, always love you. Until next week, people, you know what it is. 1, 2, 3. ShopTalk. Nate was on mute. That's why we was on time. He had himself on mute. I promise you, listening to I do him like that. I was unable to unmute him. And he's still there. He had his own self on mute. Hey guys, remember, like, share. Do me a solid. Do me a favor. Keep your word. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Go to YouTube, because what's happening on a lot, I don't know if the listening audience is experiencing this if you have Facebook, but Facebook is deleting. They don't have the bandwidth for so much, all the content that's being up there. So they are deleting the videos. So Go to YouTube, subscribe to your girl's channel, watch the show, or listen to the show. Or you could do me a solid because now you got to listen to the whole show. If you don't feel like hearing our lovely voices for 2 hours, just go on, hit play and just hit the mute. Hook a sister up. Have a great week, lovely people. Remember, choose you. This
Choice.
is a show where it is okay to be you. So it is very important to always choose you. Peace.